Hey, it's me, GV, and welcome to episode 2, or part 2 of the Glow Up, which is basically what I'm calling this glow up. I mean, this is a common term the kids say or said recently. I'm no longer a kid, I'm an old man now. My God. Anyways, yeah, this is part 2 of the Glow Up, which is a program that I'm making for myself, where basically I am attempting and so far succeeding at getting back to where I want to be, health-wise mainly. I'm 31 years old now. Obviously, this is a great time to really double down and focus on restoring all attributes of my personal health to full capacity. And so far, so good. Because about 2 weeks ago, I think I weighed myself, and today, this morning, at the time of this recording, you're going to watch this on Sunday. I'm recording this on Friday. 2 days prior, I have lost 15 pounds. Let me pull up my calorie calculator really quickly here. So negative 14.8 pounds. Now, obviously, that's huge for 2 weeks. I don't want to ever sound like that's the norm. That is not normal. Basically, when I weighed myself 2 weeks ago, it was probably after a night of drinking. It was probably after a night of eating horrendously. I basically was probably like super duper duper bloated, because 15 pounds in 2 weeks is insane. Typically, you'll probably see anywhere from like 2 to 5 pounds of weight loss if you are losing a lot of weight. Otherwise 1 to 2 pounds a week, I think, is what's considered healthy. But hey, I'll take 15 pounds, trust me, because that feels amazing. In review this past week, calorie-wise, I did pretty well. There was one really bad day and one kind of iffy day. However, I socialized this week, saw Dune Part 2, amazing. Had some popcorn, and I actually did really well because I was fully intending on eating the entire bag of popcorn with butter, because I love movie theater popcorn with butter. But I only ate about like a third of the bag, and I was full, and I just stopped. I didn't want to continue eating. I did eat dinner beforehand, so obviously it was a lot easier to do that. But, that was good, because I expected to have a much higher calorie, what's the opposite of deficit, whatever, surplus, right? That day, but I only ended up, eating about half or a third of the bag of popcorn. And then another day we went to a game night with some friends. And so there was a bunch of food and stuff everywhere, and snacks, that sort of thing, which I think I did very well as well. There was just one day where I think I woke up after drinking and I was like, I just am craving some horrendous food right now. And it kind of doubled up on meals that day. So one day out of the week was really bad with calories. The rest of it, I pretty much hit my goal. I went like 100 below one day. I went 100 above one day. I went 100 above the other day. Again, if you go above or below 100 calories, it doesn't even matter ultimately. And then I went a little above the other 2 days. And then, a really high one day. But this is a good learning process to see how many calories I actually have to work with, because, I ended up losing 15 pounds over 2 weeks. So obviously that's not the norm. And what weight that I am right now compared to what weight that I'm going to be next Friday when I weigh myself, there's no way I'm going to lose another 15 pounds. But this is a very, very good indicator that as long as I'm staying within, the caloric goals that I've set for myself, even if I have a bad day, one day out of the week, which we could even say is like the cheat day, but I'm trying to avoid that mentality because I've gotten into trouble with that mentality in the past. It works so far. Obviously, this is week number 1. The second episode. So obviously this has to stay consistent to see results. But the elation of weighing myself this morning and seeing what that number was very exciting. Because last night I went to see Dune Part 2, which, by the way, was phenomenal. Loved it so much. And my pants were falling down. And these were jeans that were snug before. And I was like, ooh, I have a good feeling about weighing myself the next morning. And sure enough, that feeling was vindicated. So very happy. There will be some people that think or say 15 pounds is horrendously unhealthy. You should not be losing that much. I've the amount of weight I can gain and lose in a week, being how tall that I am, being how big that I am. I've seen some crazy swings, and yeah, you could say it's unhealthy, but no one's going to feel bad about losing 15 pounds in 2 weeks. So I'll take it. But, further down the line, it'll probably be more consistent. So very happy with that. To reiterate what I'm doing, 2,000 calories a day, which if I space it out correctly is totally doable. If I don't eat meals at correct times, it definitely engages hunger. I've noticed in the nighttime I can get super duper duper hungry if I go to bed later than usual. And that's obviously a challenge. But yeah, 2,000 calories a day, even with one really bad day where I basically double that, seems to be working out great. So I'll be sticking with that moving forward. I want to try to integrate a new goal each week with this glow up program of mine. And that new goal for this week is to actually drink a full jug of this every day. I have really fallen off of that. I used to be so good with it. I would wake up in the morning and immediately start drinking this and be done. It was a goal, like chipping away at the goal to finish the water jug was great. And obviously, it's in an effort to stay hydrated. So yeah, I want to reintegrate that because I don't know, it's hard to quantify exactly the positive benefits of staying hydrated. Of course, everybody knows you should stay hydrated. It's kind of hard to feel how it feels to drink a full jug of this one day versus not the next day. Your piss is a good indicator, the color of your piss, to how dehydrated you are, if you'll excuse me being uncouth. But yeah, so for this week, for part 2, I want to integrate, so to recap, part 1 is basically 2,000 calories a day and the motivation and start of it all, which so far so good. And I'm really happy that I didn't stick to it perfectly. And even though I failed on one day and had a couple of other social interactions where there was food involved, so it was a little more tricky, I'm really happy that I don't feel like I failed. I'm really happy that I feel great about obviously losing a lot of weight, but also doing so in an environment where I didn't stick to specifically 2,000 calories every single day, 14,000 calories a week. Because if I'm being totally honest, that is way too low for my current height and body size and everything. That's way too low. But obviously, massive weight loss. So that's what I'm doing. Anyway, so that was week 1, and week 2 is that plus drinking a full jug of this. You can see I'm already halfway through for today. This is obviously a lot of water. I don't even know how much this is, but it's 3,500 milliliters. I'm not sure how much I need to drink for my body size, but it feels good to drink this. Feels like a little too much, but feels good. So that's what I'm going to be implementing moving forward. Ideally soon, on an episode, we'll start integrating exercise. Although I am I was not going to do it because I'm so out of shape right now, but I decided, screw it, just do it. I'm going to do kickball, which I love. I have a kickball squad of friends, and I was really bummed because I was like, I don't really want to be running all around because I feel like I'm so out of shape. It's going to suck really bad. But I was like, just do it. It's so much fun, except when I can kick decently well. So if you kick decently well and then you have to run a lot, that sucks. But defense is very fun. I love defense more than offense, honestly. Anyways, so yeah, we're going to start integrating exercise naturally through kickball, but obviously other types of stuff as well. But yeah, I want to start small and consistent and start adding things as our positive snowball starts rolling down the hill, because I feel like that's just the way to success. But I'm over the moon. I was so happy to see, I just, when I felt my pants falling down at the movie theater last night, walking outside of the movie theater, I was like, oh boy, I probably have lost a lot of weight. And sure enough, I did. And that was very exciting, because that tells me, man, I ate a lot more calories than I should have this week, because of that one bad day and some other things here and there, and still lost that much weight. That's a really good sign, because that means I have a lot more calories to play with than I originally thought. So very happy, very excited to bring to you this news. And so far, the glow up is going very well. And it's in my life, I've experienced, it really is that positive snowball. Once you really get that snowball moving, it gets addictive to keep getting better and better and better. Perfect example is back in college was the first time I ever lost a significant amount of weight. And I kept improving my health to the point where I cut out, any high processed sugars and all that sort of stuff, which is insane. That is not me. I am so addicted to bad foods, sugars, fats, all that stuff. It is insane to me that I ever lived my life at a point where I did not consume, high processed things and high fructose corn syrup and whatever. So ideally, at the end of this glow up, we'll get there again. That would be really nice. Like, not only to get where I want to be physically, but also to overhaul my nutrition, which has always been the final frontier for me. Either way, hope your goals are going well. Let me know how your goals are doing in the comment section below. It was so nice to see how many people are taking this journey with me. It's going to be great. Trust me. It's going to be really addictive once things start aligning. There's no other high than feeling like you're really hitting your goals and then looking and feeling better over time. So, very happy. I'm not going to, by the way, a little side note, I'm not going to talk about like numbers yet. I feel like I will introduce how much I weigh and how much I'm losing. But I just don't want to say the number right now because I feel like people are going to focus on the number and lose sight of what actually is important, which is healthy changes over time. Either way, very happy. Let me know what you think. Let me know, how you're doing, and I'll see you next Sunday for the Glow Up episode 3. Bye.